think for me, I didn't want to do anything to take away from what they're doing and these guys. And other than the news, which obviously was a little shock to everybody, but I think my time and our coaching staff's time is spent the same way. It's the scouting for 3 opponents instead of 1, and then the prepping these guys at practice and with our strength and conditioning and all that good stuff. There's nothing else going on when we're doing that. And so we want to make sure we're ready to go for Friday. Instead of watching the Western Conference Finals last night, I may have done some stuff for the other job I'm taking, but and that's all we're cutting out. Is any kind of free time we would have had, but we're definitely not taking anything away from the 2026 Lamar Cardinals.
Yeah. And speaking of the 2026 Lamar Cardinals, we were just talking about these last 3 seasons that you've had, and 40 wins, 40 win teams, and this team didn't get to 40 wins, but they still feel together and they feel connected. How has it been different this season as opposed to the other 2?
I don't think it's been that much different from that standpoint. I think the coolest thing that this group had to go through is just the perseverance of dealing with what we dealt with early in the year with the injuries. And the one kind of byproduct of that was cool was that it made so many other people get an opportunity, that so many guys have factored in on our team. We've had over 12 guys play in 44 of the games, the position players on the position player side. And 15 of the guys have played in over 20 games. So we've used our whole roster, and then so many other different guys on the mound have gotten opportunities as well. That I think when all the guys are playing and having some kind of role, it brings that continuity, and it brings that camaraderie, and they all feel a part of it. They're not just sitting on the end of the bench watching. When everyone knows their number could be called at any moment, they feel like they have had a part in this, and I think that part of it is really, really cool. That wasn't by design. That's kind of happenstance. It forced our coaching staff to use our roster to its fullest, with some of the things we dealt with, and the byproduct of that has been that we've gotten what we've gotten, and guys feel like I said, like they're a big part of it.